Okay guys, today we are talking about the blame game. With dog training, we play lots of different games. We play the up and down game, Super Bowls, look at that. I mean, there's a ton of them. But one of the things that I know a lot of households struggle with is blaming other people. So we tend to nag each other on things that we're doing right with the dog, we're doing wrong, who should be doing this, but they're really doing that. We tend to call each other out constantly on who's doing what wrong. Sometimes it kind of feels like we're ratting each other out to the dog trainer when she comes. And I just want to talk about how it's just not really useful, and how we can get past that. And it'll help move everything along better. Everyone's going to start to feel better if we just get rid of that game. One of my favorite quotes is from Maya Angelou, and it is, I'm going to paraphrase it slightly here, but it's, you do the best you can until you know better, and then you do better. And that is so true of dog training. We've all heard and had a lot of old school ideas about, sometimes what equipment we're supposed to use, how we're supposed to handle when dogs do things that we don't like. And as we learn better, then we have the opportunity to do better. So with that in mind, and with our whole goal of reinforcing the things that we like to see, I want you to start applying that to people in your life as well. And it can be inside your family with the dog training, and really in all areas of your life. And I promise it's actually going to make you happier with your dog, with your family, and maybe even with your coworkers and friends. So just like we talk about Smart times 50, which if we're talking about that, a little less informally, if you need just a reminder of what that is, that's where you take a portion of your dog's food or some treats and you keep them around the house. And then every time you see your dog doing something that you really like, you go ahead and you reward that. It's also just like when we're talking about more complicated behaviors, sometimes when we're doing mat work and that kind of thing, where we click and treat approximations of the final behavior. So in the beginning of mat work, we click for one paw on the mat, and then we click for two paws on the mat, until we finally reach the step where we're getting the dog to come and reliably go and just lay down on the mat. And that's, kind of closer to our final goal. But we don't sit there and yell at the dog every time that they're wrong because they haven't done it the right way. We reward those steps to get us to the final goal. And I want to start treating the people in our lives that way as well. If we're sitting there and nagging and you're not doing it right, and you need to do this and you need to do that, everything around the dog, the training, all of it becomes a hassle. We get really bad feelings about it, and it's not fun. In order for everyone to be on board, to be happy about doing the training, and for the dog's success, we want good feelings around all of it for everyone, for the dog and for the people in our lives. It's one thing to sit there and say that we're using all positive reinforcement with our dogs, but are we doing the same for our family members? Sometimes we need to rethink that a little bit. So instead of getting on your family members for the things they're not doing, I want you to take a look at what they're doing right and tell them they're doing a great job. Applaud them for what's going great. Point out the things you see that are really good about what they're doing. If you're working on eye contact and all of a sudden the eye contact is getting really fast and sustained and they're able to hold it longer, tell them how awesome that looks. If you see the dog is happy during the training sessions with a family member, tell them that. It feels good, and they're going to continue doing better and more. So I guess, that's kind of it. This is something really important. We talk a lot about positive reinforcement in dog training, but it really only works if we apply it to the people that we're working with as well. You'll notice when I come in, I don't come in and chastise people for doing things wrong. I am not there to blame anyone. I will never judge anyone. I need everyone to be honest with me and tell me how they've been handling situations and what they're doing, so that way we can work on moving forward. So that way we can get to the know better and then do better part. I will never judge someone for tools they've used in the past, for punishments they've given. I want to help in order to help, I have to show you the things that you're doing right and encourage those. So I want you to do that with each other too. It can be tough. Family dynamics, spousal dynamics, it can get messy. Don't let all of that come through in your dog training. Keep it happy, keep it rewarding, and I promise you're going to start to find other areas of your life where you can do this, and it's going to make you feel better too. I think it's called the Ben Franklin effect. I believe it was Ben Franklin who studied that when we do things to help others, it changes our opinion about that person to the point where we start to feel better about them. We start to actually like them more when we do nice things for them. So be nice to your family members, your roommates, your coworkers. Reward them for the little things, even if it's just hey, that looks really awesome. You did a great job with that. Or, oh my gosh, your timing has gotten so much better. I can't believe how much you've improved. Those things go a little way. They make people feel good. They make us feel good about the training, and they help us move on and get to the do better part. It's a lot easier, when we're rewarding people for the good things they're doing, they're going to want to do more of it, just like our dogs do. So that's it for today. Keep that in mind. It's definitely like a lifestyle change. It takes some time to think about and start implementing, but I promise you're going to start feeling better as soon as you do it too. And, the other people in your lives, your dog, everyone's going to start to feel better. It's amazing the kind of changes you can make when you just change your perspective a little bit. So that's it for today. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and we'll all talk soon.